The Isle's monthly dev blog is here, and there is quite a bit to talk about here, from dinosaur news to update 7 and some other stuff. But today, we're explaining everything. Timestamps for everything are on the screen now, and if you are new, feel free to subscribe. But other than that, let's dive right into it. The first big thing is Unreal Engine 5. This seems to be what they've been talking about for the last, fair bit, with the last couple months of work and stuff that we found out before the new year were about Unreal Engine 5. So it looks like the game's taken the leap from Unreal Engine 4.27 to Unreal Engine 5. This is joining a whole array of dinosaur games that have made the switch, like the Isles of Yore and Path of Titan. This is quite a big thing. This brings so much to the game. It streamlines the development process and pretty much cuts down a lot of the time that's spent developing and packaging things up, especially with code as well. And I do believe it's something that is a main focus at the moment, considering the rest of the devlog wasn't too big. This seems to be the main point here, where they're ensuring the migration goes smoothly, they're ensuring that all the bugs and optimization when moving to this new engine is sorted. And yeah, this is something that can take a step back for a game and delay some stuff a little bit. We saw Path of Titans last year when it made that switch. It was kind of delayed for the first couple parts of the year while that switch was happening and being pushed. This could be the same case here. However, I do believe Unreal Engine 5 is a big step up from Unreal Engine 4, and I'm welcoming this one with open arms because, one, you've got the new lighting system, you've got with Lumen technology and all that, and you've got a whole bunch of new stuff as well, which will help streamline the development progress and, of course, help make this game look even more beautiful and optimized than it already is. I'm super excited for this one. I'd love to know what you think. Dinosaur news is next, and this has quite a few dinosaurs to talk about. Ceratosaurus, Beipiaosaurus, Gallimimus and Diabloceratops, as well as some other dinosaurs and apexes. So let's start with Ceratosaurus. Firstly, let's just dive right into it with DMIV saying this in the dev blog. My main task was the Ceratosaurus. It has fairly straightforward mechanics. You build up bacteria in your mouth when you eat, which you can apply to other players by biting them. After enough hits, this will cause them to vomit. The mechanic is currently functional, but is still needing testing to balance and visual effects as well. So it looks like Ceratosaurus will be getting a cool ability whereby you'll be getting bacteria from the food that you eat, and when you apply that to enemy dinosaurs that you're hunting, they get sick and they do the sick animation, and that is the perfect time to strike. I really like this mechanic. It sets it apart from Dilophosaurus and Troodon, which will probably have similar mechanics as well. Troodon being the venom, this will have obviously Ceratosaurus with its bacterial bite, and maybe Dilo with some form of poison. We're not too sure there, but this is very interesting. Keeping on the theme of Ceratosaurus, this is probably the most we've seen about any dinosaur in this devlog. According to Brian, it's getting a lot of work regarding its animations, which is something we have seen in the past through streams. He said this: Ceratosaurus saw a lot of work in particular, and while there are always tweaks to be made to the animations, once you see them in game, that beastie is pretty much complete. Pretty much meaning, animation wise, Ceratosaurus is on the verge of completion. Now obviously when they say pretty much complete, this does disregard the fact of tweaks and stuff like that, so there will still be development work on the animations with tweaks and everything like that, but animation wise, this dinosaur's pretty much done, which is awesome. Finally, for Ceratosaurus, we have this big comment from Wedge, which is in regards to its sound design. I have moved on to working my way through all the supplementary sounds for Cerato. I have already designed and implemented around half of the sounds needed for its adult stage, with a handful of others also in progress. The sounds completed include eating, drinking, primary and alt attack, mouth display, death, regular pain, thrash and vomit. Its sonic aesthetic is big and brutish, with an emphasis on low guttural texture. Its attacks sound impactful and gnarly, with a satisfying crunch as its teeth clamp together, and it also has a low but explosive roar when displaying to threaten its competitors and bolster its bite. That's very interesting. I really like this. I like how it's gonna have that guttural sense to it and the big and brutish sense to it as well. I do like that it's gonna be explosive too. This is a dinosaur that will mean business. It's a big brute, it's a bully, might not be big, but it is gonna be annoying, and I cannot wait for this one to come into the game. But now we're moving into the next dinosaur, which is Beipiaosaurus. I know I mess that one up all the time, and yes, someone's probably commenting in the comments how it's meant to be pronounced. That being said, This is what we have about it. The last missing pieces of audio are now complete for Beipi, as well as a handful of sounds for its hatchling and juvenile stages. Beipi is now essentially audio complete. Beipiaosaurus, alongside Gallimimus and Ceratosaurus, are all either animation or mechanic complete, or very close to it. Beipi is the furthest ahead, and I'm going to assume its animation and mechanic is complete. For Gallimimus, this is something that got a lot of love last month, but isn't got that much in the dev blog. Basically, it's the next dinosaur to be pretty much complete for animations after Ceratosaurus. Brian will be working on this one next, and that's where the focus lies, which is ensuring Galli is next. Diabloceratops is probably one of my favourite ones to pop up now. The big news for this one is that we get to see a little baby model for it. Look at it, it's so beautiful. This looks so absolutely adorable. I just want to give it a big hug. Look at its big beady eyes and that beautiful coloration on it. I love this baby model, it's so nice. Baby Ceratopsians are just so cool, and I cannot wait to see it in the game. Adding to this, it looks like this dinosaur is one of the next dinosaurs on the animation chopping block as well, which is Brian has said, and he said it's also something he's preparing it for. Expanding on Diabloceratops, Kiss and Kitten said this: the Diabloceratops is next in line after those and will be entering research and development phases to see how far we can push the limits of a unique sparring experience for playables with horns. So keep your fingers crossed and send those good vibes. Next up is Dilophosaurus and Herrerasaurus for dinosaur news. Dilo and Herrerasaurus are the last two dinosaurs from the dinosaur perspective, with some big comments from Kiss and Kitten, which goes on to say this: Dilophosaurus and Herrerasaurus will come afterwards, provided there are no production shifts. Afterwards is in regards to Diabloceratops, Gallimimus, Ceratosaurus, so we kind of see the layout and the process that this game is going to go through with the dinosaurs here. It could be something like this. We could be seeing Troodon, Beipi, then we go to see Ceratosaurus, Gallimimus, Diabloceratops, Dilo and Herrerasaurus. Then after that, we get two apexes. Finally, we have some news about apex dinosaurs, and this is something that was said in the back end of the dev blog after the comments about Dilophosaurus and Herrerasaurus. In fact, this is what was said: we will also begin spinning up two apexes so we can establish what an apex animal's impact will truly be like in Evrima. Their capabilities will far exceed anything you have experienced in Legacy, and so need to be extensively tailored. Please do not expect them to appear on official servers, but rather community servers instead when they are complete and we're ready to launch them. Now, the reason why they are probably going to put them onto community servers first instead of official servers is because, well, you don't have anything to bridge the gap between apexes and the dinosaurs that are currently coming to the game, and so it will be very unbalanced to have them apexes on official servers when the nearest competitor is Dino and Stego, which probably don't have any good competition for them. Nevertheless, I'm very intrigued to see what these apexes will be. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below about these ones. I'd love to know what you think the apexes are, and we'll see who's right. And finally, Update 7, the next major update after Update 6.5. This one will be bringing in the Elder system and the perk system. Probably one of my favourite updates because the perk system sounds great, and the Elder system is something that we all know and love from the Legacy version of the Isle. And yeah, I cannot wait for this one to come to the game, and it's the next major update. However, we did figure out and find out some comments about this from the dev blog in the back end of it, which were stated by Kiss and Kitten once again in the closing statements. This is what was said. In regards to Update 7, the design team is pooling and organising the multi-tiered approach we intend to take for perks and elders. There will be a few different ways to acquire perks, and the perks will vary based on how you acquired them. Some based on what you eat, others based on how you've grown, and others based on what you've done. Elder being a key component to retaining some of those acquired perks for a new playthrough of that species. More to come on that as time and development progresses. I cannot wait for it. I think this is going to be awesome. The perk system, the way they're going to do it, should be cool, where you get perks from doing just survival stuff and other stuff. And then the Elder system will add a whole new gaming experience to the Isle as a whole. So yeah, I cannot wait for this. Very excited for Update 7 to see what's in store, and maybe we'll find out some more about that in the next and upcoming dev blogs. We'll only have to wait and see. Let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comments down below. I'd love to know what you think, but other than that, that's everything. And there we have it, everybody. That is all the news regarding the Isle of Evrima from the dev blog. This is everything compiled into a video for all of your viewing needs. Let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments down below. I'd love to know what you think. But other than that, guys, if you are new, feel free to subscribe for more dinosaur game related content. And I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.